first article is actually a very tragic article, and I wanted to bring it up because, of course, first of all, let me say that the loss of a life is a tremendous shame, and this was a 7-year-old child who was killed. But what's interesting here is that the family is suing the apartment complex because the 7-year-old girl was killed by the maintenance man, who later confessed to killing her. It says here that the family of a 7-year-old girl who was slain is accusing the managers of her apartment complex of failing to properly check the background of a maintenance man who later confessed to killing her. And then it says the lawsuit maintains that Ryan Brune was retained as a maintenance man despite residents' complaints about him lingering at the complex playground watching children. So initially, apparently, they did not do a background check on the man, or at least not a sufficient one.
What I know, I'm not in insurance. I haven't been in insurance for long, so I come in here. I know a good amount about PEO, or I know about some of the objectives that you have doing background checks.
PEOs being employee leasing,
and so it's hard if you maybe this is a small apartment complex. Maybe they can't take the time to actually get into this guy's background, but there's definitely that's a huge issue, and if it's problematic, doing something, there's other companies that can make it easy. And it's obviously a big liability, and that's why they have it as a part of every bit of insurance. It's like definitely get your background checks on your employees,
right?
And you'll end up hiring the right employees. You'll end up having less accidents, right?
Right. Employee leasing is a good umbrella for something like this. However, in this case, it would be, I believe, now I'm not an attorney, but from what I see, I believe it to be a general liability issue, which wouldn't be covered necessarily under employee leasing. It would be a separate policy. And the problem is that I don't believe even general liability would cover this because they were criminally negligent, or at least it's alleged they were criminally negligent in not doing the appropriate background check. Maybe they did, or maybe they were trying to give the guy a break.
But it's definitely going to come, you said off show, it's going to come down to the jury and how it's perceived. It's very black eye.
And no matter what their intentions were, maybe they wanted to cut the maintenance man some slack. But what it comes down to is the jury is going to perceive this as being negligence on the part of the apartment complex. And I think that is I really don't see how they're going to win this one. It's so easy to do a security check if you're a company. All you have to do is go on the FDLE website even just to do a basic security check. Yes, I mean, they do charge you for it, but it's not that expensive to do a security check. And I would always recommend that a company goes through with any kind of security checks, and I would certainly run them through FDLE if they have anything to do with, anything. I would feel so much more comfortable.